Today I'm going to show you how to make a Mexican meal. What you're going to need is a nacho kit. This is just the Morrison's one. There's all kinds of other brands. Nachos kit should contain a bag of tortilla chips, and usually they give you a couple of sachets of sauces to put over the nacho. So tomato one and a bean one. That's these sachets here. Okay, so that's the contents of that. There, I'll just give you the sizes. 500 grams is that one. You can use all that. You're also going to need some fajita seasoning mix, a little sachet like this, which is 30 grams. Okay, get one of them. You're going to need a tin of refried beans. Doesn't matter about the brands, but just gives you an idea. 435 grams, you're only going to use half of one of these tins. You're going to need a little bit of oil to cook everything in the pan. Up to you what brand you use. Virgin olive oil this is. You're only going to use a titchy bit of that. Bit of Branston relish to go with the tortillas I'll show you in a minute. So get some of that. You're only going to use a little bit of that. You're going to use one of these Tilda Brown basmati rice. 250 gram packet that goes in the microwave for 2 minutes. That's enough for 3 people for this particular meal I'm doing. So you're going to use one of them. You're going to need a fairly big frying pan. You're going to need mixed peppers, red, well they're usually yellow aren't they, and green. That's kind of gone orange. Anyway, 3 peppers, usually about £1-ish for 3 peppers. And you're going to chop those up and take out all the seeds, obviously, rinse them. You need 2 onions, which again you can take the outer part off and chop them finely. Up to you if you want to use some sour cream. This little tub here from Asda. What's the size of it? 150ml. Yeah, you doubt you use all of that. That's probably enough for at least 2 meals for 3 people. So one of them. You need some cheddar cheese. I like mature cheddar cheese. You're probably going to use a couple of 100 grams. So all of that I would think would be for 3 people, and maybe even a bit more. So obviously you're going to need a cheese grater. Going to use some corn, or you can use proper chicken if you want, but I'm going to use this corn stuff. Meat-free chicken pieces. What's the size of this packet? 300 grams. I think I only use about half of one of these bags, so that's enough for two this meal twice. You're going to need a little bit of milk, hardly any, but obviously just a little bit of milk. And you're going to need a packet of tortillas. Regular flour tortillas. This is a 326 gram bag, and that has 8 of them in there. So for 3 people, you get probably only going to eat 2 each. You'll end up with a couple of these left. Anyway, you need all that for this meal, and as I said, this is going to be enough for 3 people to have the meal. Now I'll just tell you the instructions. Chop the onions finely. Then the mixed peppers you chop, obviously rinse them first, then chop them up, take out all the seeds. Heat up a frying pan, put a little bit of oil in. Okay, and then you put in half a pack of these corn chunks. So half of that packet is enough. Where are we? Or chicken if you want, yeah. So put the corn in the pan first, or the chicken. Then you put in the peppers and onions. Then you add the fajita seasoning mix, whichever brand you go for. I just got that from Asda. But that's what you use. Use half a packet, so you're only going to use half that packet. So 1 packet of this, it's only 30 grams. 1 packet of that is enough for this meal twice, okay? Blah, blah, blah. Open up your Nachos kit next. Get out the bag of tortilla chips and salsas. Put the salsa dip over the nachos, so cut these open. Put the sauce over these and put these inside some kind of dish you can put in a microwave. You're going to microwave that. Okay, then you grate the cheese over the tortillas that's already got that sauce on it. Yeah, last time I did this I used about half of a 350 gram bar of cheese, so it's probably about that amount. And then save some grated cheese on a plate to put on the fajitas later on. Sorry, or the tortillas later on. Right. Now, once the corn's been going for a few minutes, 5-6 minutes, then you can put in the peppers and just stir them occasionally, just make sure they don't stick. The tin of refried beans, you then open that up and put half of a 435 gram tin into a different pan and start heating that slowly. Put a little bit of milk in the pan that's for the refried beans first, so there you go. Milk into a different pan for that. And then, where are we? I've already shown you those. That's the tortillas you're going to use. And these are things you just bung these in the microwave quickly to heat them up. Warm them up. Warm up tortillas, piece the packaging in the microwave on full power for 35 to 40 seconds. That's all it takes, but you usually only heat them 1 or 2 at a time. You know, you eat a couple, then you come back and put the other 2 in the microwave, so that's all it takes, less than a minute. Okay, then put a bit of water into the frying pan, just in case things are getting dried out, all of your peppers and corn and stuff. You then put a little bit of water in when they're almost cooked, just so it tastes hotter near the end. Right, then you're ready to put the nachos in the microwave for 2 minutes. So those go in the microwave for 2 minutes inside the dish, which will have the sauce on them and the grated cheese. Okay, then eat the nachos when they're done. And that will probably take you about 18 minutes of cooking before you're ready to start actually eating the nachos. So time it, whatever time you want. Say you want to eat it at 7 o'clock, start cooking at about 20 to 7. So eat the nachos. Then after you've eaten the nachos, then you heat these tortillas in the microwave for 20 seconds or 40 odd seconds, I think it says on this packet. And then in the microwave, that's when you heat up the brown rice. This only takes 2 minutes in the microwave, and like I said, one 250 gram packet is enough for 3 people for this meal. So once you've got the tortillas hot, the rice hot, then get the refried beans and stir fry stuff ready, and start putting all of that inside the tortillas. So the tortillas lying flat. Then you put some refried beans in the middle of it. Whatever you've put in the stir fry, the peppers, the onions, and the corn, you put that all inside the tortilla and fold it over, and you've got a delicious meal. Okay, and put a third of the rice on the plate. Then at the end, on the side of your plate, you can then put a bit of sour cream if you want sour cream to go with your tortillas, and then that's when you add a little bit of Branston relish. Put that on your plate, and then you can use the tortilla and wipe up some of the sauces with it, or you can put those sauces also inside the tortillas. Okay, and then add lastly the grated cheese if you want to inside the tortilla. So there you go. This meal should only take you 20-30 minutes to do, really, once you've got all the ingredients out and you're ready. So this video is just to show you what to use and tell you how to do it. I'm not going to film myself cooking it because that's another thing, but I'll show you what they look like after I've done all the cooking. Okay, so good luck. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.